and go.
Well, no, I'll go back to what I said last year, which was I do not like the ending. I thought, you said just a minute ago, it was muddled, it was kind of convenient, they kind of rushed everything. Now, I was one of the people that defended it when I said, look, once they knew how long they had, the shows got better again, they got tighter.
Yeah.
But they also knew how long they had. They didn't need to wait until the last 2 hours to just kind of, oh, let's just zip through all this real quick and we'll just kind of wrap it up and not really explain anything. But I want to take umbrage with something you said. You said that the island played Locke as an idiot. I think it played him as a fool, but not as an idiot. I think he was completely aware of what he was doing, and I think he was even, the character was completely aware of what the island was doing to him. And then he realized that he was basically its play toy, if you will. It's not. I don't mind that they go to heaven, but it's just that everything that led up to it, and everything that the creators said at the beginning, all led away from that. So it was kind of convenient in the end that they went back there. And even when we sat here and talked with Paul D, that was not the ending they envisioned.
No, right. He stated very clearly when he worked on the show in the first couple of seasons that they had a very specific idea of what they were going to do, and that wasn't really what it ended up as.
Well, I mean, supposedly the legend was that when J.J. Abrams pitched it, that he pitched the ending. I mean, he didn't pitch the show; he just pitched how it was going to end.
Really?
And I don't think that's what he told them.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I actually saw an interview with J.J. Abrams that you guys might have seen on Jon Stewart. So he was saying that by like season 3, they were basically just watching vlogs and seeing what people thought was going to happen. Thinking one going, yeah, that sounds good, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I think I heard
I'm hoping he was kidding.
I think I heard Q say something similar as well, that they were paying a lot of attention of what was happening online and what people were claiming online. They were trying to surprise folks. So even if people if people saw what was happening and came up with a good idea, like, oh, wouldn't it be good if this happened? And they looked at that and goes, no, well, let's do something else and surprise them. Well, yeah, you're probably missing out on doing the good thing. But it was kind of frustrating in a way, because there was a lot of episodes towards the end where it really seemed like they had some filler. I mean, there was a few episodes where we had flashbacks to, like, you know, really needless stuff in people's pasts, when all this crazy stuff was happening on the island. I was like, why? I don't care about this girl that what was the name? Oh, I'm blanking now. The name of the guy. Yeah, the name of the guy who ran the island. Jacob. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Brain fart. When Jacob brought this, was it the Russian girl to the island? This nobody character that they brought in for like 4 episodes, and she led this other little team and then got blown up by dynamite as well at the end. It's like, why waste my time with this woman? I mean, she's only going to be here for like half a season. I don't care about her.
Well, I think they were, all along the show was obsessed with red herrings. So they wanted you to, think, oh, okay, well now I know what's going on. And I think that became a bit of a storytelling crutch. And the fact that they wanted to continuously introduce new things, some that stuck, some that didn't. So, you supposedly would never know where they're going. But as far as like the storytelling goes, I would definitely say the one thing that annoyed me the most about the last season is why was it like 2 episodes before the finale when everything was really starting to feel like it was ramping up, and then we got an episode with Allison Janney and 2 kids. And I just felt that took the storytelling.
You got a John Hughes clap, that's brilliant.
Yeah. But it took the storytelling that was building and just all of a sudden it was like, crash. Okay, let's start back over, and the finale's in like 2 episodes.
Well, funny enough, I liked that episode, but I kind of agree with you that it was kind of placed in the wrong position.
If it had been the season opener, it would have been very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I really was fascinated about her. Was she ever named as a character?
No.
The mother of the island, I guess you could call her, or Smokey's mom. But Smokey's mom's got it going on. But yeah, so like she, first of all, she's a great actress, so I'm happy to see. I loved her in West Wing. I like seeing her in anything that she pops up in. But it was a very strange thing. But I think it was I think it was a fascinating story they told with that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think not even like earlier on in that season. I think they could have like told about her like in the 4th season or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because they had started to go into the foot and all that kind of thing, and
Yeah.
there's points. I understand teasing information, but maybe have a season arc. Like they could have had a season arc about Jacob, and you know that would be fine in the season arc about the hatch, which is kind of what we got. And the first arc was just kind of about, you know, settling in on the island and finding the others.
It was about learning to live together or dying alone.
Yeah. It's deep, man.
We should have written that into a line somewhere.
Which, by the way, does anyone want to point out, Jack died alone.
No, Dalton's there. No, Vincent counts. Dalton's
No, hang on. Vincent was there. He kind
That's
of.
what I
Okay,
said.
fair enough.
Whose favorite character is Vincent?
So many people were crying out
And Sarah
online for crying out for a Vincent only episode where we just followed the dog around. I read that in so many different places.
And I like the fact that in a way Vincent got a happy ending because he got to live with Rose.
Without.
Well, yeah, without a lot of the people, and they got yeah, hush. I just realized what I said, but he got to live with Rose and Bernard, so
Yeah.
he got to live in that
Actually,
happy cancer-free zone.
We were doing favorite characters before, but let's do favorite couples. Rose and Bernard. Brilliant, right? They were just genius. Rose was one of my favorite characters. She was
Yeah,
great.
she was.
Sawyer and Juliet. That was fast. Someone's excited about that
I
one.
love Juliet.
Okay,
She's my favorite.
I love Juliet too.
What about Sawyer and Kate and Jack?
All at once or individually?
That was a
Knock
couple.
on
They
my
were a
door.
It was just which way Kate rolled.
Kate and Jack. Who liked that relationship together? You thought it was going to be Kate and Sawyer, didn't you? You almost had that hand up, you couldn't quite get there.
I did.
What would you like about the two of them together now?
I liked it because I felt that Jack kind of brought the best out of Kate. Like, kind of made her feel like she wanted to be a different person, a better person.
That's very true. And that was kind of very much about Jack's character as well, is that he liked to fix people. That's why he married the girl whose back he fixed. She ended up going to Modern Family, so I don't know if that was a good thing or not. But yeah, it was very much part of his character. So he did suit her in a lot of ways, and that's why they kind of played the thing up between him and Sawyer. Was that suit her? My T's are silent as an accent thing. I apologise. But yeah, and the opposite then was with Sawyer, was that he brought out kind of the bad qualities in her in a sense. He let her revel in the fact that she was an outsider and that she was kind of a bad person.
And yet she dumped both of them.
Do you think at the end though she was kind of, because they did have a I love you moment, Jack and Kate at the end.
Yeah, but she had lots of those throughout the series. Give her 5 more minutes.
I love you, Vincent. Yeah, I mean, someone was talking about how Saeed was a bit of a flip-flop character before, and she did the same with men. What did you say?
Nothing, go on.
Keep going.
All right.
4-9.
Would you like the whole class to hear you? No. Pass a note to the front. But yeah, her flip-flopping. Did any woman find that a little insulting?
Yes.
Kate's flip-flopping from man to man, or is it like? Well, did you think Julie? I don't think Juliet really flip-flopped at all because I don't think she was ever really into Jack.
Juliet
But
was
she
down
met
where
Sawyer,
was-
man.
He just wanted to get away
Who
from Ben.
was in front of me? Oh, Jack left. Okay, you're here.
It was an island. You saw a man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, right? Yeah, no, it was one of. What's that?
It's a lot like Ireland.
It's a lot like Ireland. Yeah, it's a small country. Not much bigger. We don't have as many hatches in the ground. But yeah, no. That we found, yeah. So somehow I'm walking home from work and the light
There's a
pops
light.
out. If it meant I could hang out with Desmond for a while, I'd be all for it. That'd be great.
Play your own kind of music, Aaron.
Yes, sing your own kind of song. But yeah, no, I kind of got frustrated with her going back and forth because it just made her seem a little bit heartless. I kind of made it, like, because I didn't buy it that she really liked both of them deeply. I thought it was just a case of, I'm attracted to both of you, and whatever one is more advantageous to be with at the time. But I do agree with you that I think she was better suited for Jack, and I think her relationship with him was one of the few times where I didn't hate her so much, because he did seem to be able to talk to her on a level where she kind of had to just go, yeah, okay, you know, I won't do this stupid thing, and you know, I won't get caught, and we won't ruin the whole mission, and you won't hate me so much. But yes.
Well, I like them better too because I feel like Jack wasn't afraid of undermining her. Like throughout the whole time, like he would tell her to do something and she wouldn't do it, but he would do something else that would like be a safeguard. Like when he had the dynamite in his backpack, kind of tricked her into thinking she was still doing it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? He wasn't afraid to like put her down.
For anybody who couldn't hear what she said, she likes Jack and Kate's relationship because Jack stood up to her and really kind of, you know, didn't take any crap from her, and you know, sometimes didn't trust her as well, but was competing on an equal level. Sawyer was her. Is there any kids in the room? No, you're old enough. Sawyer was her bitch. I mean, he really was. That guy was whipped. And for a guy who was such a badass for such a long part of the season, to see him like really just, and it kind of reminds me an awful lot of Han Solo and Princess Leia, because a lot of people have leveled that same accusation that by the end of the third film, like Han Solo was just going, please love me, don't leave me again. But yeah, it's ridiculous, and he went from being like, I know, and it just wasn't the same. And Sawyer, not that I lost respect for him, but it just made him seem slightly pathetic when he was around her. But hey, they got to do it in a polar bear cage, so bucket list for somebody, I'm sure.
I will say, and also kind of, I will say, as a man who has had a happy relationship with someone for a long time, the one thing that really...
Show up.
No, but it goes back to what I'm saying. But one thing that did annoy me, and still kind of annoys me about the character of Saeed, is that, he's going through all of this to find the woman he loves until the blonde shows up. He's like, I love this woman. Oh, wait, 18-year-old blonde. Whoa, wait a minute. This is a whole different vacation. And so, I did find that a little disappointing.
Walk up. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. I never even thought of that, actually. It's a very good point.
Yeah, because, all of his flashback stories are like, I love her, I love her, I love her. And like, oh wait, her action figure is literally a person in a bikini that doesn't have any articulation. When they came out with the Lost figures, that's all it is a chick on a bikini that you put on a blanket.
I have it.
There you go.
Is anyone Ana Lucia, Michelle Rodriguez, kind of threw herself. Okay, I'm gonna have to read through this. I got a note. We'll have to read in a second. Sorry. Kind of threw herself off.
Stage direction.
It was.
I will get to it.
That hard to read.
Male couples. I think.
No, more couples.
More couples. I thought you said man couples.
Again, it's before 9.
I was like, what man couples are on the show? I think this is going to be interesting.
You never read the fan fiction. Jack was
No, with like Charlie and Hugo. I mean, they were, Charlie likes a bear.
But quite possibly Boone and Locke, but that's another thing.
Yeah, Boone and Locke, that was just creepy on a few levels. But anyway. No, but it was anyone's sad, because Michelle Rodriguez essentially kicked herself off the show by getting in that car drunk. And it forced them to have to ride her out. Was anyone disappointed that she had to leave the show?
Yes.
Michelle Rodriguez, did you not hear about that? Okay, well, basically, fair enough. She was on the show and she got a drunk driving charge and had to go to jail for a couple of months, which means that it's a Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, she didn't have the 24 contract.
But yeah, that's the thing, and she was supposed to be in jail while filming was happening, and they had to write her out of the show. There's nothing they could do about it. And so basically, when Libby got shot, it was only supposed to be Libby who got shot. It wasn't supposed to be Michelle. But when they knew she had to go away when she was in court, they were like, okay, we're going to have to throw in here and get her shot too. So did anyone kind of wish that she was still around? Did anyone like her as a character?
Well, she did come back a couple times, if only for a short amount of time. Like, she did come back.
She popped up as, like, flashes
right,
and stuff like that.
They couldn't continue any storyline with her.
Yeah. When she was released again, they could use her again, but yeah. But no.
Strange how prison works.